nothing left. I've got nothing left.
What if I tell you that you can actually calculate your lot size or position size in less than 2 minutes? What's up, everybody? What's up, happy people? This is BGFAX Legend and welcome back to yet another video. So let's get right into it. Alright, traders, I want you to follow me and I want you to follow me carefully. Okay, so the first thing that I need to tell you is that lot size calculation or position size calculation is supposed to be simple. I mean, you have at least 2 to 5 minutes max to make your trading decision. In most cases, when you're scalping, you don't have enough time to actually do all these crazy calculations. Okay, so I see so many people trying to complicate lot size or position size calculation. Some are even opening crazy lot sizes, blowing accounts, losing money that they are not supposed to lose, even though the trade was actually going in their favor. So if this is you, I want you to follow me carefully as I'm going to unpack this and make it as simple as possible. So by the end of this video, you will be able to calculate your lot size or position size very fast. And you'll also be able to avoid common lot size calculation mistakes. You will also be able to place the right position size for your account. Okay, that is very, very simple. Now, at the end of this video, you will be able to learn 2 lot size calculation methods that are pretty simple, and I'm going to unpack everything for you guys. So I need you to follow me carefully. Okay, so before we calculate anything, these are things that we need. We need to know the account size or the account balance. Okay, the next thing that we need to know is the risk tolerance, and this varies with each and every trader. So this is what I recommend. I recommend anything from 0.25% to 3%, and if you are on the aggressive side, 5%, but I feel like 3% is actually the best. So once you have these things, then you are good to go. Now, I need to teach you something and explain something. So when we are trading, these lot sizes on our trading accounts, we have 0.01 is your minimum, right? And then we have 0.10, and then we have 1. Okay, so these are the basic lot sizes that we have, and I believe that most of you by now you do understand. Okay, so the next thing that I need to share with you guys that you must know at the back of your mind before we even start these calculations, or to show you how to calculate your lot size, you need to know the number of units per lot. Okay, so every one lot is equivalent to 100,000 units per currency. Okay, 100,000 units. So now that you understand this, you will know each and every time we are trying to open our position, whether you're buying or selling, one lot represents 100,000 units of a currency. You will see where we are going to use this. Okay, all right, so right now we are looking at GBP USD on the 1 hour time frame, and we are looking to take a position, and in this case we are going to use a buy position from this particular level, right? So assuming that for some reason we are buying on this demand zone, right? We are buying on this demand zone upon retest, and we want to place a buy position so that we can go long, either within the zone or right in the mid section or the midpoint of the zone. I'm going to use these two so that there we go, right? Assuming we are buying on the top or the mid section. And for those of you who are interested in learning and mastering supply and demand, there is a video on this channel. Matter of fact, there are about 3 videos, but you start with the first one. It's called The Ultimate Guide to Supply and Demand, and this is the video. And I'm also going to put the link in the description below so that you can watch and understand and master supply and demand right from the basics until the advanced technicals. Okay, so we are done with that. So if you go on your trading view platform, you are going to see there are things, or there are certain tools right on the left. We are interested in these tools, right? This tool we use to measure or to place our position, and also you can also pin it. If I click right here, you see these yellow arrows or yellow stars. So if you can just start the long position and short, it will appear right here. Okay, so now that I have it here, I want to buy in the markets. So I'm going to let's say assuming we are buying from this 50% or half point, our stop loss, we are placing it below, assuming we are doing that. What we are going to have is this. With these two, you will get your take profit, which is in this case 111.4 pips, and our stop loss in this case is 19.6 pips. Our risk to reward ratio is 1:5.68 or 5% in some cases. And then I want you to focus on one thing, these units, quantity, right? And remember, one lot or one lot size is equivalent to 100,000 units of a currency. Okay, this is very important. Keep that in mind, right? So this is just 51,020. And if you don't want to complicate it, just know I need to get this figure, quantity, and I need to know that one lot size is 100,000 units. It's as simple as that. Now, what do we do with this figure? It's very simple. This is the formula to calculate your lot size. It's very simple. It is the quantity figure you get here, which is the QTY divided by 100,000 units. It's as simple as that. So any figure you're going to get after you have placed your these two, right, where you want to put your stop loss and your TP, you will see this number, QTY 51,020, you get your value. So according to this, according to the calculations, or according to what we have on this chart, right, you see that we are going to say 51,020 divided by 100,000, and this is going to give you a value of 0.5102. Now I need to explain something here that I feel like I forgot, and it's very important. Okay, so this number changes depending on the stop loss that we are going to be putting. So let's say if I move here, I want you to see it's changing, right? Or if I push, the number keeps on changing. And then also I need to tell you, all right, I need to explain something that is very important that I feel like I've forgotten. Okay, so if I double click here, so before you even look at the quantity, you need to double click here. And when you double click here, it's going to bring you to this page. So here you see the account size, the lot size, the risk percentage, entry price, whatever, right? So what led me to this number was that we are working with an account size of 10,000. You can use 100,000 or whichever amount you have. And then the risk percentage in this case is 1%, right? And then you see the profit level in ticks and stop level in ticks, okay? Now, if I change the account balance to 100,000, you will see that the number, the quantity number changes. You will see that now we have 510,204 because of the account balance. So since we were using 10,000 with my calculations, which I was supposed to have shown you initially, that's why we have a figure of 51,020. Okay, so you can do this. If I put like 1,000, you see that the points again, they're going to change. Now we have 5,000. 102. So to get the correct quantity, you must punch in the account size first, the lot size. So remember, you place your two, you put your stop loss and your TP, right? And then you double click it. Double click this. When you double click this, you put in the account size, and then you skip the lot size, you put in the risk percentage. Like, let me show you. If I change this to 2 to 12, right, 12%, let's say let's use 2% rather, not 12%. Let's use 2%. If I change this to 2%, I want you to see that the quantity changes again. Now we have 102,040. Okay, so since we are using 1%, let's keep that in mind. Okay, it's as simple as that. Now we have what, 51,282. I believe that I've tampered with the lot sizing, like the stop loss, which is fine, right, based off of what we had initially. Okay, so now let's do another example. Now that you understand this, let's do another example pretty quick. Okay, right, assuming for some reason you are buying from this point. Let's say you're buying from this point. You are going to take your 2 here. Let's say you are buying from this. You're putting your stop loss below, right? Let's say your stop loss is 20 pips, assuming it's 20 pips. All right, there we go. 20 pips, and you have your risk to reward ratio. Now, if I double click here, we are going to get an account. We have an account balance of $10,000, and we are risking 1%. Now, what do we have here in terms of our points? We have 49,999. We have what? 49,999 points. Okay. So what do you do with this figure or points or units? You are going to divide this by 100,000 to get your lot size. And this is going to give us a lot size of 0.49999, which you can round off to 0.50 if you want to. Now we have the lot size according to this method. So someone might be asking me, can I use this on? Yes, you can use this on all these pairs. The second thing is that you can also use this when you're selling. So I was just using by examples. Now let me take you to the next method, which is quite simple. Again, you don't have to take much time, but you just need to know the inputs. Number one, remember your risk tolerance. You must know your account balance, and then you must know your stop loss size. Simple. So let me take you to this tool. So if you go on Baby Pips, or you can just click Baby Pips position size calculator on Google, and you can actually pin it on your browser, right? It's very simple. It will take you to this lot size calculator. Okay, so with the lot size calculator, first of all, we have the account currency type, which you can change to be pound, JPY, pound, JPY, euro, whatever. For some of us, we use what? We use the dollar. Okay, the next thing you have is the account balance, which is here. And then you have your risk percentage, your stop loss, and then the currency pair you are going to use. Okay, so using that particular example that we have, we are trading GBP USD and we have a stop loss of 20 pips, right? We are using GBP USD with a stop loss. So GBP USD, there we go. Let's select this. Our stop loss is 20 pips. Our account balance is what? Is 10,000. And then the percentage is 1%. So if we calculate this, as you can see, we have the lot size here. We are going to use the one that is written here, standard lots. So what we have 0.5 lots. And then you're also going to see the position size in terms of units. Remember, I told you that one lot is equivalent to 100,000 units. And obviously 0.5 is half of 100,000, which is 50,000 units. And then your lot size, you are also going to see your stop loss in terms of money, in terms of the amount of money you're risking. You see, we are just risking $100, which is 1% of $10,000. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Simple, right? So if I change this to, let's say we are risking, we are risking 2%, and then you calculate. It's just going to give you one lot. That's your lot size. You go and punch. This you can do in seconds. Okay. So let me take you back to the TradingView chart. I want to double click here, and then I want to explain something again. Let's assume if you look here, right here on the risk, we have the percentage, or we have this table or box rather. If I click here, you see we have two inputs, either percentage or the US dollar. So if you want to change this, you can calculate your lot sizes in terms of money, right? You can calculate this in terms of money. You have 10,000, and then we are risking what? You can say, I want to risk maybe $20 of, or I want to risk $100, which is 1% of 10,000, right? You see, we still have our units, our quantity here. We still have 49,999 units. And if I change this money to, let's say $50, we want to risk $50. You see that now we have 24,999 units. Okay. So you can either change from percentage to money, money to percentage. Personally, I love to use the percentage, right? So guys, if you really loved this video and if you have gotten some value, make sure you click the like button, the thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel so that each and every time I upload a video, you'll be the first one to be notified. So ladies and gentlemen, this is BGFX Legend. A peace.